Hey everybody, and welcome to the Hot Tag with your girl Izzy. Today I am so excited to be joined by somebody who's been taking on the independent scene by storm. You've seen her on Reality of Wrestling, Title Match for Wrestling, and of course your other favorite independent promotion. And she's dancing right now. I love it. And she is holding many titles, which includes the Zello Pro Wrestling Women's Championship. And she is the Turnt Party Unicorn, Lucha Laynie Luck. What's going on?
What's up? I'm so happy to be here. Thank
Yes,
you.
of course. We're so happy that you're here, and I love your dance moves. They're awesome. They're perfect. So, a lot has been going on with you from your personal life to, your career as a pro wrestler. Give us a little update.
There's not a whole lot to update right now, especially now. Like in the beginning,
Yes.
we were still having those Zello shows and I was still defending my title effortlessly, keeping it home with me forever. We're up to probably 500 days at this point. I'm gonna have to check in on that actually.
Yeah.
I should make a little special 500-day celebration.
You should.
But anyways, the last 2 or 3 months, things have especially died down, for real. So that's been a bummer. But I'm still trying to stay busy, still trying to train and work through these stupid little injuries that I just can't stay away from.
Yeah, I totally understand. Injuries are the absolute worst. Now, you're staying busy, you're doing training, you have some shows around, but when you have downtime, what do you find yourself doing? Everybody's kind of come up with their own new hobby. So is that the same for you?
Yeah, definitely. I started yoga at the beginning of this pandemic, and I started with DDP yoga, and it was okay, I was digging it. He was fun to follow, but it wasn't quite what I was looking for, so I didn't stick to it hardcore. But then I got really into trying to perfect some handstands and working on that upper body strength and all the body control, that core. And then that led me back to yoga because that's one of the best things that you can do for your core and for your stamina and honestly just everything. Everyone should be doing yoga is what I've learned. But I found Yoga with Adrienne on YouTube, and she's kept me coming back every single day. So that's awesome. Something new that this pandemic brought to me.
Definitely cool. It's so funny that you talked about DDPY because I just interviewed him yesterday and I'm doing it. So it's so crazy. I love his yoga. I understand where you're coming from, that you want to try different types of systems. I guess that's the word you can use, but that's so awesome that you're doing yoga and everything just like me. So I wanted to get into a little bit of your career. You have held several titles in different promotions. You are currently the ZOWA Live Women's Champion and, like I said, the Zello Women's Champ. While being champ is cool, you still have a giant target on your back. How do you keep in mind that even though you're holding 2 titles, you still have to stay on your toes?
So I am holding 2 titles still, but the ZOWA Championship is actually held by Brooke right now.
Okay, my bad.
Brooke Valentine. She stole it from me. I will never admit to anything else. She cheated. She stole it. But my other title is the Freelance Underground Independent Champion, and I am the first woman to ever hold it.
Very nice. So
there is a big target on my back, especially with that one, because it's coming from all sides. And that's honestly just what keeps me on my game, just knowing that there's people who want what I have. So they're going to be working hard, and I'm going to have to working even harder to keep it.
Yes, definitely. That's the whole thing about being champ and everything. Now, you being champ and really putting so much hard work into your career led you to be the PWI, a part of the PWI 100 female wrestlers list of 2020. You placed number 50, which congratulations on that.
Thank you.
In my opinion, being a part of that list shows how much hard work and passion somebody has for the pro wrestling business. I'm sure for you it was a surreal moment. Overall, what did you take away when you were placed number 50 on the list?
Honestly, obviously it was a huge deal, being in a magazine that people have looked forward to every year for 30 years now. I was I was like calling my mom, and I'm like, I sent her own copies. I'm like, I'm in 2 magazines, bro. That's crazy. And especially just to like make it that far up in the women's magazine, just like there's so many good women on the scene these days. And to just be considered in the top half of them, that's crazy. And it makes me like, it just further invigorates me and encourages me to like keep working harder and just keep climbing. Like obviously my hard work is being noticed, and a couple people like me, I guess, here and there. So
a couple, what? But I like I said, congratulations on that. When I saw like the little tweet you did, I was like, oh my God, yes, good for her. You know, it's like, it's such a cool thing to be a part of, because like you said, there's so many people part of the pro wrestling business, and to be like halfway like in there, it's like, whoa.
Yeah, just to even be mentioned amongst those names is a good feeling.
It is a good feeling. So over the summer, I did notice that you were very involved with social injustice awareness through your social media account. We are seeing more wrestlers coming out and being very vocal about current events issues. Did you ever think that doing something that you love as a wrestler would lead to bringing awareness to current events like social injustice?
No, that was definitely never something that like I didn't start out with something of that intention, just because like, I don't know, when you first start, you don't think like, I'm going to have 10,000 followers on Instagram and I'm going to be able to swipe up to these links so easily and just hit a retweet button and reach this many people. Like it just, especially back then, because social media was like kind of still like, not like huge. It was big, but not like a like integral part of us in our culture and our society. So it's like, wasn't something that I like thought of, but just like how everything was so amplified this year, it was just like, how could you not like want to dive in and understand and like find out what you can do, like up to the, like it's gotten up to this huge point, and if even now you're not like pulled to do something, like I don't understand how you could not want to just hit that retweet button or share that link. It's just so easy.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. You know, I was like very moved by what you were tweeting and what other people were tweeting. I was like, man, that's really cool in a way that people are all doing this like pretty much across the world. So you are known to be the Turnt Party Unicorn, which pretty much means you are the life of the party. So let's say definitely, So let's say you got to design your own party. What would that look like?
Oh my gosh, my own party. So it's gonna be preferably it would be outside, because I just love being out in the sunshine. It's gonna be like 3 p.m. It's gonna be nice and warm, but not too hot.
Very specific. I like it.
It'll be like 80 degrees with a nice breeze, right? And everyone is in there. Everyone's dressed nice and fancy. We love a good glam moment, because how many of us get to get glammed up? We need all the excuses we can. So everyone's wearing as many diamonds as they can fit on their body. And there's a tequila fountain with a bunch of chasers on the side.
Then I really can't go to that party because
You can still come, but you don't have to. There's going to be a non-alcoholic fountain. We'll have some, what are they called? Like kitty cocktails.
Yeah, perfect.
And there's going to be lots of desserts and wings. And there's going to be dancing. Obviously, it's going to be kind of like an outdoor rave, if you might. And people are going to be turned for a couple of hours. And then we will all go home at a reasonable time and drink a lot of water so we don't wake up with a hangover.
I like it. It sounds like a great plan. You better invite me because, you know.
Yes, you're invited, absolutely.
Awesome. I love it. And finally, where can everybody find you on social media, and where can they find your matches?
Okay, so you can find me at Laynie Luck on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, although Facebook is kind of, do we even care at this point? And then
you can find me on nobody thinks of Facebook.
Nobody goes on Facebook anymore. Not after this election.
Oh.
And then you can find me on Patreon. We do a lot of fun stuff over there, and I'm talking on there every day, basically. So patreon.com/Laynie Luck. And you can find my matches. There's a lot on YouTube. and there's plenty on IWTV and Fight TV.
Awesome. So everybody make sure you go check out Laynie Luck's social medias and her matches, because her matches, they're a lot of fun. They're great. It's the life of the party. And I just want to say thank you so much for joining me today. I had such a great time talking to you and talking about parties and, you know, our future ideas. So thank you so much.
Thanks so much for having me. It was a good time.
Of course. Yeah, definitely. And thank you guys for joining me on the hot tag with your girl Izzy and Laynie Luck. And before we end this, we got to dab. We got to end it off with a dab.
Are we going to dab together?
Yes. 1, 2, 3.
Classic.
Classic. Thank you guys for joining me. I will see you guys next time. Bye.